Good morning, children. Hope you all are great. Now, yesterday we had discussed some of the numerical portion of gravitation chapter, and today in this module we'll be discussing about some of the questions. The first question that you all can see here is, which force keeps the moon in a uniform circular motion around the earth? So, I think you know this answer. Yes, it is gravitational force. Very important thing. So it is this force between the moon and the earth that keeps the moon in a uniform circular motion. Remember this thing. Now comes the second question, that is, two objects kept in a room. Let these be objects, bache. Fine, these are two objects. So they are asking that two objects kept in a room do not move towards each other as per the universal law of gravitation. Why? Because universal law of gravitation states that every object attracts every other object with a force that is directly proportional to the product of their masses and inversely proportional to the square of distance between them. This is what the statement is. So according to the statement, two objects should attract each other, but they are not attracting here. Why? Because it's very simple. Because the size of the bodies are very small. Fine. So it's completely negligible. Therefore, the force of attraction between them is also very, very small. Fine. So both the objects do not move each other. Now let's just come on to quickly on to the next question, that is, the earth is acted upon by gravitation of the sun, even then it does not fall into the sun. Why? Because the earth remains in its circular orbit. And why it remains in its circular orbit? Due to the gravitational force. Fine. So I hope this thing is clear to each one of you. Now see, students, here comes the next question, and the question is, they are asking, at which place on the earth the acceleration due to gravity is zero? See, acceleration gravity, what is the formula? Quickly tell me. I think you know, G is equals to capital G M upon R square. Fine. So this thing is very easy. You can just find out from this very formula. If G is increased, or if the mass of any celestial body increases, so the value of small g also increases. Fine. If radius, that is the distance, is increases, then small g value decreases, because there is a inversely proportional. Fine. They are inversely proportional to one another. So if distance here, the value becomes acceleration at the center, the g value becomes, that is the acceleration due to gravity, becomes 0. Fine, it becomes 0. So you can simply relate it with this formula. Now let's just come on to the next question, and the next question is, name the place on the earth's surface where the weight of a body is maximum and minimum. Fine. So weight of the body, we have already discussed this thing. Weight is maximum at poles and minimum at equator. Can you tell me why it is 0 at the center? Because at the center acceleration due to gravity is also 0. Fine. Now students, here comes the next question, that is, the astronauts in space feel weightless. Why? Very simple, because there is no gravity in the space. The weakest force in the following is, so these are the four forces that have been given here. First one is magnetic, then nuclear, then gravitational, and electric force. So which force is the weakest one? Very simple, it's gravitational force. Fine. This question is from Kepler's law, and I think you will be able to answer this question because we had discussed this thing many times. Fine, students. Now see, a planet is moving around the sun with the mean distance r and the time period t. Then according to Kepler's third law of planetary motion, we know that square of time period is directly proportional to the cube of mean distance. So the answer would be B. B is the correct answer. And now we had also discussed this thing, students. Why we are keep on discussing the questions again and again? Because the concept is clear to you. But now you should now actually know what kind of question can come in your examination. And I think you have already you're already aware about the concept. The concept is clear to each one of you, but the questions are also important. Fine, so that is why we are discussing these questions. What are the differences between the masses and the weight? So you all can see here, mass is the quantity of matter that is contained in an object. Fine. And what is weight then? Weight is the force with which an object is attracted towards the center of the earth, and that is so due to gravity. Remember this thing, bache, mass remain constant everywhere, but weight changes from place to place. Fine. It is a scalar quantity. Mass is a scalar quantity because it has only magnitude but no direction. Weight is a vector quantity because it has both. It has both means magnitude as well as direction. And you people, when we were discussing the concept of mass and weight, so in numerical portion, some of you have written SI unit of weight as kg. Remember this thing, please do not make this mistake, students. Fine. Here you can see the SI unit of mass is kg and SI unit of weight is Newton, because it is the force. And what is the SI unit of force? It is Newton. Fine. Mass is never zero, remember this thing, but weight is zero at the center of the earth or free space. This thing we are already discussed. So I hope the topic is clear to each one of you. Today we had just discussed some of the questions. Fine. Thank you, students.